Hey guys, it's Lisa Marie with Stamp with Lisa Marie, and this is Cards in the Car number 6. I'm so excited, 6 weeks in a row, holy cow. I don't ever do anything like that on schedule, though I am a little late today. So I took Alyssa into therapy, and for whatever reason, she's like, well, I don't even normally take her in. I normally just pull up, and she's like almost 17, so she signs herself in, she goes in and does her thing for 2 hours, and comes out. And today, she's like, aren't you coming with me? And I was like, why? And she's like, well, they might need to talk to you. You are my mom. And I was like, okay. Like, so I went in and I sat for a little bit, and we did chit chat just a little bit about some of the things going on. But yeah, she was just like, yeah, you need to be there because you're my mom. I was like, okay, well, can I go now? And she's like, yeah, you can go now. We don't need you. So here I am in the car now. We are going to make a really cute card with So Happy Together. There he is. And no matter where I parked today, the sun was getting me. I just couldn't win. So sorry about the glare. Hey, Karen. Hey, Patty. Hey, Tiffany. So we're going to do this one. Isn't he just the cutest? It says, hey, hopping by. And then when you open it, oh, there it is. You're back. So I don't know how that works. I wonder. So it was like recording. So does that mean you're like behind and not truly live now? Oh, why am I in the car? Good question, Karen. Alyssa has therapy every Tuesday or Wednesday. Sometimes we have to move things around for 2 hours, and it is so boring. I have flipped through Facebook. I can't stand sitting in the waiting room, and it's really small, and there's usually like, 10 people in there with littles and big kids, little kids, crying kids, happy kids, very sad kids, and so it's just not fun. So I was like, I'm gonna get something done. I am like trapped for 2 hours. So I'm gonna make cards and show you that, you can gather up supplies. You can do some things ahead of time to prepare. And, we all have places that we wait. We wait in doctor's offices. We wait at practice and games and, after school, tutoring, whatever. There's always something, the vet, even the vet. So there's always something that we're waiting for. And doctor's offices, we spend a lot of time there too. So I always carry something to work on, and sometimes it's like the coloring, and then I can big shot stuff later, or I big shot ahead of time. And like for today's card, I'm gonna stamp it on paper, but my little frog, he's cut out with the new framelits that you can get. So I will cut him out when I get home, but I've cut one and brought it with me so that, because obviously I'm not going to lug my big shot in the car because that wouldn't be fun. So that's why I'm in the car every Tuesday. I think last week we did it on Wednesday just because, sorry, I saw somebody, just because we had to flip-flop some appointments around. And then most of our time was spent driving last week because we had to go to Pensacola for appointments, and, it's always something. And so we're just going to make the best of it and get some stuff done. And this way I do challenges on my page or in my group and stuff, send a card for Happy Mail, and this way now my card is made, or I can make up a bunch of thank you cards, and it's just, it's really good. So I'm gonna flip you guys down so that you can watch what I'm doing here. I'm gonna try to adjust my stuff here. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna go down. Oh, that is a terrible, terrible glare of the sunshine. Let's move. I'm gonna sit sideways. There we go. That might be a little bit better. Let's see. We'll see how that works. I might have to shift around a little bit. I got my leg all cranked up here on the side wall. All right, let's pull this stuff out. So I'm using one of our empty stamp cases, the wood mount cases, and I use that to put project stuff in, like papers, so that they don't get all smushed and mangled. This is Coastal Cabana cardstock, and I have run it through the Big Shot with, oh goodness gracious, now I've forgotten the name of it. I think it's called Dots. I think it's called Dots. It's in the Occasions catalog, and I just love it. Look at the texture it gives you. It is really, really good. So we're going to be using that, and look, I already have it all ready to go. And I'm going to grab my block and my ink pad. You guys, if you guys watched last week, did you guys see? So I never put the words on the card last week, and you know why? Totally lost the thank you stamp. Don't know where it's at. It's gone. Checked the parking lot. I don't know. The new cling stamps, I think it was sitting here with my stuff, and when I picked up my blends, I sent it flying, and it is gone. It is so gone. So yeah, be careful with the new clings because they really stick. So I'm gonna take my little frog, I'm gonna stick him on my lock. I love these little frogs. I just think they're adorable. There's my snail. All right, I'm gonna try to keep that sun from making that giant glare. It was seriously even worse when I was parked on the other side of the parking lot. I totally just got ink all over my fingers. So now I'm gonna stamp him. I am using a foam mat underneath of me because I am working on my Simply scoreboard, and the Simply scoreboard is not smooth. So, and this dad just walked up next to my car to put his kid in the car, and he's looking at me like, who are you talking to? He doesn't know it's just my Stampin' friends. We're just hanging out in the parking lot. So that's my Simply chamois. So another thing, this is our half wood case, and I took my chamois and I cut it in half and I stick it in here, and this one I keep in my bag for the car. If it does get dry, which is very unlikely here in Florida, the land of where it's always, you know, humid, I usually have a bottle of water rolling in here and I'll just wet it, and then that way I have it. So I'm gonna put things away as I go so that I don't lose any stamps today. I'm gonna try really, really hard not to lose anybody. I'm gonna grab some blends, and I just grabbed a couple, just a few, and then I'm gonna show you a cool trick too. So let me see if I can find. The downside to sitting on the passenger side, the good thing is that I have more room. The downside is that I am right-handed and everything's on my left. So here we go. So here's my frog, and here's some blends that I grabbed. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ground my frog because I don't like that his little unicycle is just kind of hanging out in the air. It's not on anything. So I'm just gonna add some dirt, little shadow. It could be dirt, it could be the road, whatever you want to call it. It's anything, as long as it's not completely naked, right? So we're gonna take light smoky slate, and I'm just going over, I guess it would be like the chain, just because I didn't want it to be all white. Just do that in there, and then I have the light basic black, and I'm going to color the seat. Now you could totally do this any color you want. You could make this, you know, bright fun colors. I'm gonna go ahead and do my little tire. And I have to like be quiet when I color because I'm so afraid I'm gonna go out of the lines. Oh, there we go. I like using the bullet tip for this because the brush tip is lovely, but it spreads the color a little bit more, and I don't want it to do that. I think we're gonna do this guy here. There we go. All right, so got that far. Now if you notice on my card, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Let me see. Can you see the sparkle on his belly? I'm gonna show you how I did that in just a second. It's really cool. Let's color his body first. And again, I'm gonna use that little bullet tip because his little fingers are so skinny. And just kind of pull that color through there. There we go. And this is, that's why I used Mementos, because I'm using the Stampin' Blends. And with Stampin', oops, I went outside the line, but we're gonna be cutting him out with a Big Shot later, so it'll be okay. Stampin' Blends, you need to use Memento because these are alcohol based. And if you use anything else, you risk dragging the color. Now you can be very careful. I have used some of our lighter colored ink pads like Sahara Sand and Crumb Cake and stuff, and you just have to be really careful. And this is that brush tip I was talking about. I like it because you can fill in more space, you know, with each little swipe of the pen. There we go. And you guys remember, I can't see you guys until I get done because I have the camera turned funny, and I do see that Chrissy's on, and it looks like, oh, I am going to say your name wrong. Is it Shalina? I think Shalina. Shalina. I've met you once, but I think it's Shalina. But anyway, so I'm glad you're here. So this is the Wink of Stella, and this Wink of Stella was empty, which is what it used to say here. It rubbed off today because I was using alcohol. But I took my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to show you what I've done with him. Look at it's green. I made Granny Apple Green Wink of Stella. Get it all, fill in his belly, and it will be Granny Apple Green, and it will be sparkly. Probably can't see that sparkle really well, but it's there. So this is what I did. I could totally have gone over my green, yes, but it was empty. I needed to do something with it. I unscrewed it and I pulled this guy off. I just grabbed like the edge of my scissors, which is probably not the safest way to do it. Maybe some pliers and just pull it off. And then this barrel comes out. I'm not going to do it in the car because you guys, you know what'll happen. And then I filled it with isopropyl alcohol. I had 91%. I say 70% or higher is best. And I filled it to about right in here. And then I dropped about 20 drops of refill in there because I wanted it to have decent color. And then I just stuck this back on here, gave it a good shake, and there you go. So it was totally empty, but there was so much Wink still in there. All that yummy glitter was still in there, and it was just dried up because it ran out. So you add the alcohol. You can just add alcohol and start using the Wink again. I added the color because I just thought it would be fun because, you know, there are colors out there on the market that we don't sell, but I can make my own, and then they go with my Stampin' Up! Colors perfectly. You can also just add water to it and then in watercolor with it. So then you would use your StazOn ink and some watercolor paper, and then you get everything will come out sparkly. So that's really cool too. So don't throw these away. I'm going to label this one and I'm going to write on here Granny Apple Green so that I know. And even when that runs out, I will just rinse it out and I will just keep on going. So there we go. There's my frog. I would totally cut him out with my Big Shot, which is what I did here. Let me pull one out. There's one. I like that one better. We'll use him. And we're gonna grab this. We're gonna ground it again because I showed you that without, I wasn't thinking. Because my frog is gonna actually go on here. We're gonna go ahead and put some dimensionals on there. Oof. These cases are really great, but they're kind of hard to open sometimes. So let's take this guy and glue him onto some Early Espresso. This is a stitched shape oval, and then this is from the layering ovals. And so I just stuck some fast fuse on there, whatever adhesive you have, and then I'm going to stick some dimensionals on the back of my frog. And I definitely want one on his head and one on the wheel, and then I even brought one down here into his body a little bit. So there we go. So yeah, Chuck is like, we have dimensionals all over our house. They're not dimensionals, but the backings, and now they're all over my car too. They're everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead, and the same thing that I did over here, I'm just gonna add a little bit of something so it looks like he's on something so that it's not a floating wheel, because you know, wheels don't float. So there we go, so there's that. We're gonna grab our innard because you know we are having the year of no naked innards. We're gonna take this guy away because you know by the magic of Facebook Live, I had one already cut. And let's see, I'm going to grab some words. Oop. So we're going to use, on this one, I did the hay, and the hay came from the actual, the frog set that I have now. There he is. I didn't know which end of the car I put him. Hey, Donna Dorton. So we're going to grab that little hay and try not to lose him. And let's stamp him first so that we don't lose him. And he's hard to get on there straight. I think because my eyes are getting old. There we go. So, hey, you guys, can you hear me and see okay? Somebody, like, chime in and let me know. Scrappy guy down, and I don't know what I did with him. There he is. Oh, sugar plum fairies. I totally dropped that stamp, you guys. Are you kidding me? That's what I get for not putting the back on it, right? There he is. Oh, you're probably getting my big old head in the picture. Sorry. He was on the floor. Okay. Oh, crisis averted. I found him. It's all good. We're going to go ahead and stamp it before I lose him again. We're going to do the hay. Cut this because it's going to slide up underneath, and I think I can cut this pretty decent, and it'll be okay. This is how we improvise though. I think I'll just put a little banner guy on him where you cut down the middle and make the little flag points, and I think we'll be okay. There's worse things. I could have like forgot ink. That would have been tragic. Last week it was scissors, and I had to go inside and borrow some. I think that is when I lost my stamp, was when I went in and borrowed. So let's clean him, and we're gonna put him away before I drop him again. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. All right, so then we're gonna take, that's gonna go on the outside, the hay, and then Hopping By is in this new stamp set called More Than Words, and this one became available on the 1st, and it is to purchase. It's part of the Celebration Coordination promotion that they're doing. So there's just, these all coordinate. All these words will go with everything. I love that they included, you know, the hopping by, and I think the other one is jumping in. And so it goes with the frog, and then there's this one about sprinkles, which then, you know, that gives us with the cupcake. So we're gonna do hopping by, and we're gonna go this way. I had to think about which way it was going on the paper. And I am using Early Espresso ink, and I am boring you and making you watch me put everything away because, you know, there you go. So anyway, it has Easter, and it has birthday and Christmas and wishes, and today calls for something sweet. Bravery, I love that one. And then it has my favorite, which is because adulting. Adulting is hard, and it is. Nobody said it was going to be this hard. You know, let's go ahead and do the inside while we're here, and I'll come back to that. I used Well Said, I believe. Yep, Well Said. There's actually 2 sets. Hey, Jody. Two boxes this set is. And I'm going to use Sending You, what does it say? Sending healing thoughts your way. So it's going to say, hey, hopping in, sending you healing thoughts your way. I just thought that was cute. That cute little frog. All right, there we go. All right, you guys, I'm going to probably give away something. I think I'm going to send a card to people who comment. So whoever comments, I'm going to put your names in a drawing, but you have to comment and say hello, tell me your favorite celebration set, talk to me, tell me something. I want to believe you guys are talking to me and I just can't see the comments. Maybe that's what it is. But it's very lonely sitting out here in my car and you're not talking, or at least it looks like you're not talking to me. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and let's see, that guy's going to go that way. He's going to go straight. Remember, I forgot the punch, so I'm just kind of winging this. I'm going to get rid of some of that and make those little banner triangles on the end again. And I did that by just cutting into the middle and then from point to middle and point to middle. Let's see if I got it. Wow. It's got a little piece. There we go. So there you go. I trimmed it up. It's all good. Well, hello, Darlene. I haven't seen you in forever. Okay, back to all my pieces. Let me grab everybody. I've got, this is my inside. Those are my words. I need a base. Don't laugh at me when I tell you that I can't find my frog now, right? Where's my frog? Seriously? Oh, I need like an organizer tray in my car just for all of my stuff. Probably dropped him when I dropped my stamp, right? Oh, here he is. He's over here. Gotcha. All right. So I'm going to put this on the inside because no naked innards. Aw, thanks, Karen. I'm going to get to see you soon because you're going to Onstage in North Carolina. I'm just glad somebody commented and I can see because, you know, it's kind of lonely, like I said. Just kind of hanging out here, talking to myself in the car. Let me stick some dimensionals on the back of my oval. And actually, I'm going to grab my hay and get him. I'm going to use a dimensional to hold him on there too. I mean, since I've already got him out, I might as well. I like dimensionals, so I don't mind using them. I'm going to peel off these backings. So you guys, so you're totally not throwing away your empty Wink of Stellas, right? Because you know, I've like got several empty ones. And I was keeping them because I was like, I know there's going to be something I can do with these. I like that he's kind of leaning. See, his bike is kind of leaning a little bit. I like that. It's more like my life, leaning forward like that. So then, oh, I wonder if I have any mini dimensionals. Let's see. That's okay. I can cut some of these. So I can cut this guy right here, this end piece, and I'm going to stick it on here. There we go. him there. Look at that cute little frog. Hey, Jennifer Morrow. What did I use? What do you use them for? Oh, my empty blimp, my empty wink. So I took my empty wink Estella, and I'm taking off my sweater because the sun is beating down on me. Those of you that are wherever it's cold, I'm so sorry. It is 52 here today, which is really cold for us, but that sun is hot. Holy cow, man. So empty wink Estella. So I actually had written empty on it, and I was saving it because I knew there would be something I could do with it, and I did. Let me grab a piece of paper and I'll show you. I opened up my wink and I added some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, at least 70%. It works the best. And this one I added some Granny Apple Green. Can you see that? Granny Apple Green refill. So now my wink is tinted, because when your wink tells you that it's empty, it's not really empty. It's still got a bunch of stuff stuck down there in the bottom. So you just gotta put some alcohol in there or some water. You can even do water. And the water, then you would just watercolor with it. So you would use StazOn ink, and you would use maybe some watercolor paper would probably be best. So there we go. So super cute card. I love that you guys are talking to me. Darlene Jones, send me a private message with your mailing address, because I'm going to send you a card, because I don't think you've ever been on when I've been on. And if you have, you've just been a stalker. I didn't know you were there. I'm going to get rid of my trash. I'm going to show you another card I made. Cute little, I love this one because it says, be calm and leave it to God. Because you know what? We all need that reminder sometimes that we are not in control. Oh, it's -2 in Indianapolis. Brr, I'm so sorry. And I'm sweating at 52 because the sun is beating on my back. So there's a cute little frog, and I just stuck a little lily. I don't know what you call that. That's a little lily flower, right? That little, you know what I'm talking about. Same as these guys. But here, this is coming from the Lily Pad Lake stamp set, these words and the water. And this is our Gingham Designer Series paper. And then I did one more where I just cut out an oval. And honestly, these were just like things that were laying on my desk. This oval was already cut out. Look at the tiny little flies. So the frogs you can earn for free this month with a $50 order. And you can also purchase the Thinlits for cutting them out. I think they're like $27. Awesome deal. Great, great, great. I can barely see these messages. Sorry about that, guys. So I also had another request for, let me check the time. We're good to make an envelope, because you know we have all these cards. We do sell envelopes, which is awesome. But look at what you can do with all of your extra, we call it designer series paper, scrapbooking paper. But this one I thought would go well with any of the frogs. But also I found, look at this one, has little frogs in it. So I thought we would make a card with it, an envelope with it, and show you how I did that. And so when I do it, obviously the pattern is hard to write on. So I just cut a label and I stuck it on there. And then, you know, everything else shows up just fine. And I used our Terran tape to hold everything down. I might even put a little piece of Scotch tape on it because I'm paranoid. But other than that, it should be good. Let me grab my Terran tape. And all right, so when you use the envelope punch board, the card size that I am going to be using, let me find him, is, where did he go? He is 4 1/4. I'm reading upside down, that's what's wrong. Let me come this way. 4 1/2 by 5 1/2. We're gonna do that. That's the one that we're gonna do because that one will work perfect. So I cut my paper at 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. Then I'm gonna pull out my little scoring tool, and I come up here and I'm going to check in. It says I'm gonna use the score line 3 3/4, okay? So at 3 3/4, which is here on my little, I think you can see that. So I'm gonna push this all the way up, slide it over, and punch. Don't move it because there's a score line in here. You can come from the bottom, and once you find it, you'll be able to, every time you'll be like, I can't believe I didn't get that the first time. So then I'm gonna turn it, and I'm gonna just bring this up so you can see. See the score line where my finger is? It's right there. So I'm gonna line that score line up on my pointer that's here. I'm not gonna measure anymore. You measure once. So I'm gonna punch again and score again, turn it, line it up on the score line, no measuring, because you only do that once. So you punch and score again, and then do that one more time. is the biggest mistake people make is that they want to score it more than, or measure it more than once. So now I've got all of that done. Oh, these frogs are so cute. Oh my gosh. And I almost want to go, if I go that way, they're going to be upside down. If I go that way, that's okay. So there's also a little punch at this end because I want to round it like an envelope. Get that in there, punch. And now it's all rounded. Get that out of my way. So I'm going to fold these guys in. There we go. Get all of these folded really nice. You can use your bone folder or the little scoring tool that came with that. And this is our tear tape. I think it's called tear and tape. Yeah, tear and tape. And so we're going to run the adhesive on these little guys in here. That way we don't accidentally get too much. There we go. Oops. And then it is double-sided. So it has this little backing that just peels right off. And that the whole point of it being tear and tape is that I didn't have to use any scissors and get my scissors all gunky. Instead, it just tore. And there we go. What did I do with my card? And then I can slide my card. Oops, his little leg got stuck right in there. And then I can glue it up. I'll put a label on it. And it has frogs to coordinate with my card. Stinking cute, right? And it's all set to go. Like this one, I'm gonna go ahead and put somebody's address on there, and then I'll glue it up and off it'll go. There you go. Okay, let me turn you guys back up and see how it's doing here. Ah, hi. All right, let me scroll through here for just a minute. Oh, thank you, Darlene. Darlene, you should come hang out sometime and come to class. It's really a lot of fun. I do like 8 to 10 classes a month, and so it's a really good time. Everybody just comes and hangs out. Like this card, everything would be cut, and then I would just show you how to stamp it and show you how to color it, and everyone's really patient. Even the ones that, you know, have been doing it forever, and people that are new, they're really kind as far as, you know, being patient and helping you along. But it's super, super easy. There's always samples. Everything's always cut out. But I'd love for you to come join us sometime. And maybe you can incorporate, you can make a birthday card for that grandbaby of yours. I bet he's got a birthday coming up soon. I feel like he's getting close to 1. But anyway, so you guys, I hope that you enjoyed that. My Cards in the Car, part 6. We'll be doing therapy for a while, so as long as I keep remembering to do this and gather some ideas, all will be good. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Shoot me a message. You can also shop at lisamariesmith.stampinup.net. If you don't have a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator and you want to, just reach out to me and I will send you one or drop one off if you're local. And if you have, like I said, if you have any questions or just want to know how to do something, let me know. And don't throw away those empty winks because they're not really empty and you can still use them. Oh, 2 more months. Oh, I knew it was coming up. I thought it was April. That's so exciting. I don't have any grandkids yet, but I totally think it's just going to be the best thing ever when it does happen. My kids aren't married yet, so we got time, but still, I just think it's just going to be the most amazing thing ever to have grandbabies because, you know, babies are just awesome. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. I am going to go check on Miss Alyssa and see how therapy is going. Oh, look, I'm sweating. Sorry. I told you that sun is hot, and I feel bad telling you I'm hot because Karen Oster is up there in -2 in Indianapolis. Brr. And anyway, you guys, I will talk to you guys later, and thanks for popping in with me. Bye-bye.